Jake and Andrew talking bullshit.
Hey guys, he's Jake,
He's Andrew.
and welcome to our show. This week we have on guest Zachary Kim. Zachary, can you introduce yourself?
Hello, everyone. I am Zachary Kim. I am a sophomore at UC Davis currently, and that's kind of it.
Nice,
studying?
nice.
Oh, what am I studying? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I'm I'm an English major right now. Although I'm thinking about minoring in something, but I don't know what.
I've been speaking English since I was a little kid. Pretty good at it.
Impressive.
All right, so Zach, I've known you for a pretty long time, right?
Yeah,
You would
yeah,
say
we've
so?
got some
Yeah.
history together.
Yeah, so you do have some history. So
History.
how's okay? So how's the Davis life? Let us in on it. Like before like all this COVID stuff happened, because lots of us 2020s, we don't know what that was like, So like, give us a little
Yeah.
insight to that.
Totally feel that, dude. Davis is actually pretty nice. I think a lot of people have this image that it's like this country bumpkin farm town completely or something like that. But it's more modern than, I mean, I guess you'd expect it to be modern since, it's a UC and all that. But, it's pretty nice. Like the downtown is actually better than you'd think. And I don't know, I just kind of enjoy biking around. Well, that's another thing. It's a pretty big campus, so you kind of have to bike around a lot because of how spread out everything is. But yeah, it's pretty nice. It's pretty nice.
How has it handled like the whole COVID thing and like the transition from before to now?
I think I handled it okay. I kind of feel like maybe they were a little slower to like stop a few like things going on, when it first started happening. But it seems like it's now more in line with the other campuses. Yeah, it's still gonna be uh, remote learning for winter quarter, almost certainly spring too. So them's the works.
Yeah, that sucks. Yeah. For us in Berkeley, they announced it too, that spring semester is all going to be online. It's weird how Berkeley's the only UC with the semester system, so it's like,
oh yeah,
interesting.
Right.
Basically, the whole year is going to be online then.
Yeah, pretty much.
I feel like we've mostly known that. Like, I feel like we've known that for like.
Yeah, but everyone hopes that it would be the case. But
yeah,
especially with schools especially like everywhere else besides like California, New York, they're chilling, dude.
Right.
Yeah, but the cases are kind of high though, so I mean it's a like give and take, right?
But,
yeah.
All right. One question I have about Davis, right? So Davis is like normally like it's like farm kind of, or farmland normally, more than like us per se, right? So there's a lot of cows there, I'm assuming, right?
Yeah.
So here's my question: have you ever tipped a cow?
Why, yes, I went out in the middle of the night and I snuck into the farms and I found the cow and then I punched it and then it just tipped down immediately. I wish. I am not nearly as ambitious as that. Truth be told, I actually did not encounter a single cow in person while I was there, but I certainly smelled them. I could smell those cows from far away. I'd come out of the gym. Some nights it'd be okay, and some nights I just smell that cow patty just wafting in, and it's like, I mean, I'm glad these cows are doing what they're doing, but I swear, dude, it's like, it wasn't fun. Especially occasionally, it'd be nearby the dining commons, so
Yeah.
So it's pretty noticeable then, you would say, the aroma.
Yeah, but again, some days it wouldn't. It just kind of depended on which direction the wind was blowing. But yeah, those cows.
I visited Davis like my sophomore year, then and it was a super nice spot. I really liked the campus and everything. And then when I got back, I was telling people about it. They're like, dude, it probably smelled terrible over there, and I didn't notice that at all. And I was like, really? It smells bad.
For sure. It depends on where you are and where the wind's blowing, on whether you get that cow stank.
Yeah, because I thought it was just normal, dude. I was like, oh, I didn't even pay any of my, because I never heard of like the stereotypes or anything like that. I paid no mind.
Yeah, I do think that David just kind of has that image of being more farmy than it actually is.
Yeah,
Even though it
and
is,
the
farmy
city's
stuff.
super. It's a super nice little town. Like there's a town downtown, super
Yeah.
nice.
Oh,
They
yeah,
called you.
sure. I really liked walking around downtown a couple of times while I was there. It's kind of peaceful,
Yeah, it's really like a chill town.
Would you say there's a noticeable difference between like people in Davis and like people in like the Bay Area where we are right now per se?
Well, you see, Andrew, to answer that question, I kind of need to talk to people. uh, um, yeah, honestly, yeah, I'm very awkward. I'm rather introverted most of the time, so I don't know if I'd really be able to answer that. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just very
It's okay, bro. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. You're all good.
yeah, so I can't really answer that.
That's okay. All right. One more question about Davis. So like, you were in a dorm with how many people did you room with?
Just one other guy. He was actually
Okay.
my friend from high school. So yeah.
So here's what I ask. Like when you're in dorms, right? You get to like, don't they give you like dining dollars or something, and you go to like the cafeteria and eat? Is that how it
Yeah,
works?
when you buy the housing plan, you also buy a meal plan along with it. And basically, it gives you access to the dining commons on certain days. So you can just take the card and then you just swipe it, and they see you have the plan, and then you just get to eat pretty much anytime you want. So it was pretty nice, because it's kind of nice sometimes just like walk into the dining commons and then just kind of eat and chillax. Usually it's the most relaxing part of my day. So um,
Yeah,
yeah,
always. Dude, mealtime's the best, dude.
yeah.
Meal,
And
man.
the dining commons at Davis, they're not too shabby, I gotta say. You do kind of get sick of pizza because they always have pizza, and I took a slice like almost every time I went in there. So like after about a month, I was like, yeah, I think I've hit my pizza quota for the next good part of the year.
It's a good
So,
variety though, right?
there's pretty good variety, yeah. They usually try to be like very inclusive in terms of cultures and stuff, so they have lots of different foods and such. Although sometimes their attempts to do some cultural foods don't turn out so great. So because I'm Korean, they made a bibimbap once. Do you guys know what that is? It's like
Yeah.
I don't.
okay, so bibimbap is like
Uncultured.
it's
Oh,
like taking rice and like just a bunch of like meat, vegetables, and egg and stuff like that. And you just kind of have it on a bowl, and then you can kind of mix it together. Um, so their bibimbap was just like it's just like a clump of rice, an egg, two pieces of kimchi, some like spinach, and pulled pork. It was terrible.
hey, it sounds
So
like a solid meal to me, dude. I ain't gonna lie.
I think
Some
that
rice and
if you
pulled
saw
pork.
it and compared it to what bibimbap is supposed to be, I think you know what I'm saying.
I get it.
I feel that, yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of about presentation, and they definitely failed there. And the taste wasn't great either. So basically, what I'm saying is like it's nice that they tried to be more to have a bunch of cultural foods, but sometimes they didn't always turn out the way we would have wanted. But
Hey, do you guys?
it counts.
Let's take a little detour about like food and shows and like cooking.
I love food. That's why my face is round.
Dude,
Same here.
food is like honestly, dude, I was talking to somebody else like about like dieting. I was like, dude, food is too good to go on like diets, man. Like,
It's so
why would you waste
true. It's
your
so
meal?
true.
Why would you waste your meals and stuff you don't like? It's not enjoyable. You
Right.
gotta enjoy
Life
it.
is short.
No,
Life is
enjoy
short
it.
and food's too good.
You enjoy every meal you can. You're just a little happy with life.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
My mom, she's always made food for me and my family, and like because of that, it just food's really good. It just
real bro.
gives me that
People who
warm,
don't
cozy
like food,
feeling.
people who don't like eat hella, they're just like, dude, like, what are you doing?
Right.
But like, do you guys think presentation is really important with like food? Like how it's like Like, dude, like on the cooking shows, they grade them on like how it looks, like the order of it. And I'm just like,
Okay. For me, I feel like overall taste has to be there, right?
yeah,
But if you're gonna go to like one of those top-notch restaurants like Nobu, right, or some of that other stuff, like you're not just gonna accept like it's like a $150 piece of steak that's like looking all like flat and stuff with like no garnish or anything on the plate, right? That doesn't make any sense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I think that presentation definitely affects how much you enjoy it. Actually, I am I am taking a course currently about food culture, and one of the ideal things food should be is indeed presentation, because if you have like some brown grayish slop and it like it tastes good but it just looks really really ugly, that is going to affect how you enjoy it. I guess it kind of helps that my mom has an Instagram. I guess I'll plug it. She's Misty Yoon on Instagram. She actually has a lot of followers. And it's when you're taking pictures like that, it's all about presentation.
yeah.
And she really makes the food. It has to do it at like a right angle to make the food look, really appealing. So yeah, I do think that presentation really, at least it affects your expectations of the food when you eat it, right?
Yeah, but and it's like the fast food commercials, like they put like these commercials, like the amazing like freaking
That's
like
true.
gourmet burger, and you go there and it's like a
It's
fucking
like a flat little.
yeah, it's like, dude, what the fuck is this?
It's like a waffle, yeah.
I feel like that should be illegal, man. Like,
Mm,
there's no way.
it does kind of feel like a level of
They
false
present this
advertising.
commercial that it's like, and then you go there and it's like,
Yeah.
what am I
Yeah.
expecting?
Oh, one thing I wanted to mention about food, because I know Berkeley gets a lot of shit on their food because apparently it's like disgusting, and I did not have a very good experience because we went up to Berkeley one weekend, right, and then my friend had like an unlimited meal plan, so he could swipe his card as many times as he wanted, and he could get like food, and then so I was
What the fuck? Wait, so you guys
yeah
just use the card for food?
yeah so like
Oh, that's
like
OP,
five.
what the fuck?
Yeah, like a good like 6 or 7 of us went up, and he just swiped 7 times, and each of us got a meal, and we went home
Yeah.
on BART, right? Nah, but the thing is, like, I was starving for the whole day, right? I was so hungry, we didn't eat anything. We're just walking around, and then we finally get on BART, and I'm about to take a bite. It's like a chicken sandwich, right? I took a huge bite out of it. I look into it, bro. It's pink inside. I was devastated, dude. I was so sad. It was
Wait, pink chicken?
no, like raw, as in like it was raw.
Yeah, but we're talking about chicken.
Yeah,
Oh god.
yeah, that's what I'm
really
saying.
let that. They let
Yeah.
that be served. Is
Dude,
it at least
go
like
to
a
David's,
buffet kind
man.
of thing there?
I have no idea. I didn't go inside. Like he went inside and just brought it out for us. But the fact that they were serving, I was like, dude, oh my god, I was so sad.
Has the food changed over since COVID, like last year to this year, Zachary? You think for you guys?
The food?
Are you still at the dorms right now?
Oh no, I'm at home because it's a lot cheaper for.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if the food's changed. I imagine that it has, because right now the number of people on campus is more limited. So I don't think that quite as much effort would be put in, and also they need to do all these like safety procedures.
Yeah, Andrew, maybe that's why, dude. Don't be blaming Berkeley, man. They're struggling with COVID.
Their safety procedures is to serve raw chicken. I don't think so, man.
That's the opposite of safety.
Yeah, I should probably ask him about the food at Berkeley, how it was, because he was there.
Maybe when they were handling the food, they were a little too chicken.
There's the Zachary I know. There.
You see, I was making like a chicken and just winging it.
You're a treasure, man.
All right.
Thank you.
Andrew, what else?
Let's go back to Korean culture. I actually did want to ask you about this. What do you feel like is the most underrated food that like we like non-Koreans do not know about that is like absolutely amazing?
That's a good question. Um, it's kind of hard to think if like I'm not sure if this is underrated and uh, but there's this thing called a hot dog. It's like it's like a little pancake and it's got like a cinnamon filling inside. It's not like a super complex thing, but I don't know. It's really good. It's like battery and like sweet, and you just eat it, you crunch, and the cinnamon comes out. Although I've had a number of times where like I crunched into it, and the cinnamon was like boiling hot, so totally burned my tongue. But
Hmm.
yeah, I don't know if that's like if there's like an English name for it, or if it's like particularly popular. But I guess I'd say that's one. I feel like there's something I'm not thinking of, but can't really think of it right
Yeah.
now.
Anytime you think of something, just let it go.
Oh, I guess there's also like a okay, this might not be underrated, but there's it's not like as popular as like kimbap or whatever. But there's this soup called a kalditang, and it's like a it's not really the soup isn't really flavored, but like it's got like radish and green onions, and it's got this really succulent meat, and uh well, and then when you get it, you like put in salt and pepper and stuff like that, and it just I really like it, especially because like the meat is just like so juicy and it feels like it's like melting in your mouth and you just eat it and like
You're making me
it's
hungry,
good
Zach.
stuff. Yeah, hopefully you won't have any beef with me after this. You can't be a coward, Andrew Wang.
Oh, yeah. Coming from the Davis boy.
Zach, are your parents pretty what generation are you, like American?
American.
Like generation here.
Well, yeah, my parents were both immigrated to America when they were young, so
So do they not like Japanese people?
they're fine with these people. They don't have any prejudice against them.
Dude, because like my like great grandparents, I used to talk to them. They didn't like Koreans. I will say.
Really. Well,
I'm-
yeah, I guess I can see why, but yeah, just kind of everything that went on back there. Yeah, that whole history.
Yeah, I was just wondering if they didn't like the Japanese people.
Yeah, no, my parents don't have anything. I mean, and also as far as I know, I asked my mom about this, and she said that my grandparents, you know that period of Korea where the Japanese were like yeah,
Owned
they
it?
kind of had like control over them. Yeah, apparently, well, some Koreans really suffered under that rule. Apparently,
Hey,
my grandparents
hey, I'm American,
didn't.
baby.
Yeah, my grandparents were apparently didn't really have it so bad. So I guess my family probably doesn't have a whole lot of prejudice against that, as far as I know. So, you know,
Good.
just how the cookie
We're great
crumbled.
people.
Okay. Have you ever been to Korea, Zach?
I'm kind of an uncultured swine, so
Same,
yeah.
baby.
Brothers in arms. Yeah, I would like. I have to go at least once in my life, but yeah, I'm not sure when, especially in this current climate. So
Yeah.
Gotta get out of America. Burn into the ground.
and my brother did go to Korea to study abroad when he was in school, though. So maybe I can get the chance to do that in like
Do you speak Korean?
No, I know a few choice words and like I can kind of understand some, but I
Same boat.
can't. Yeah.
Same. Cause I'm thinking right now, but like I don't know, I might want to go like because my mom went to school in Japan. She was telling me like I should really do it right now. So like I was like, and then I'm practicing my Japanese more. It's an option.
I really wish that my parents when I was like a really young, they asked me if I wanted to go to Korean school, and I was a stupid kid, so I was like, no, I don't want to. But I really wish that they did force me to go because it just would be really nice to have that second language,
Yeah.
and to kind of feel more connected to my culture because I kind of feel that disconnect that because like I'm Korean, but I don't really feel like I actually am Korean because like I'm not really knowledgeable in the culture and the language and stuff like that.
I
So
get that.
yeah, kind of wish
Okay.
that they did
You know,
force me.
Harrison, all
Yeah.
cool, speaking his three Chinese languages.
Yeah, it's always
Nah.
impressive to me when you got someone who can speak even more than just 2 languages is impressive enough. And then you add like 3 onto that, like
Yeah,
it's
this
like
is just
super impressive. I kind of feel like they have to be galaxy brain, you know, just like be able to have all that information and like have, you know,
yeah, but
languages.
it's like second nature to them because like my brother had teammates on when at Cal who were from like Sweden or France or whatever, and like they all
Mm,
spoke like 4 languages because like they're all the countries are next to each other, so like all of
mm.
them spoke like 4 different languages.
Yeah, you know, I guess that's true because I'm speaking from someone who's been
Yeah,
monolingual my entire life into my
yeah,
20s. Well, yeah, those people probably learned those languages when they were a lot younger. So
Yeah,
yeah, you
yeah.
know,
that's the main thing.
languages. Yeah, I actually took a linguistics course, and you know, it was really important how like language is something that you usually learn when you're young because you know babies like they don't actually like you don't like go to a baby and you like bring them up to a chalkboard and you teach them all about language, how to speak and stuff like that. But even still, they managed to grow up and be able to speak the language even though they weren't ever like formally taught. So it's a very instinctual thing, I think,
Yeah,
learning languages.
100%.
Yeah, that's how like I was taught because um my parents immigrated here and then they had me here, but my first language was actually Chinese. It wasn't English
Hmm.
because like my parents didn't really know how to speak English that well.
Mhm.
So then that was my first language, and then gradually I learned English through school. So like I feel like
Right,
that's
right.
like it's harder to like start off like teaching your child English and then forcing them to learn like a foreign language on top of that because I feel like that's like
Mm,
because they're already learning English, you know, like they need the
right.
instinctual
Yeah.
language. That's how I would feel.
For
Yeah, so
sure,
my
for sure.
I had my Spanish teacher. She was like, she really liked me. She's always talking to me about stuff, and she's saying, like, I was like, oh, what are you going to teach your kid for? And she's like, oh, whatever country I'm not living in, whatever the not dominant languages, I'll teach. Like, I'll
Mm,
speak to my kid. I was like, oh, that's pretty cool. Like, oh, if we live here, I'll teach him Spanish. If we live in like Spain, I'll teach him English. Like, talk English in the house. And I was like, oh,
yeah.
that's a pretty good idea.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
My
you're
parents didn't want me to have like an accent or whatever. And, you know, my older brother and sister, they're already like, you know, learning English and stuff. So that's kind of why they just started me off with English. So
Hear that.
yeah. Also, since like they were, since they came to America when they were really young, they've already got like a good handle on English. So they're comfortable enough just speaking it all the time.
Yeah, like my grandpa was born here. Like, so I'm a 4th generation,
Mm,
like here. And like, so like my mom didn't speak any Japanese, and she like moved to Japan, and she's like, yeah, I just learned it because if you're in Japan, you have to learn it, and like that's the best way to learn it.
all right.
All right,
So I think
let's
that there's a,
move on. Oh, sorry. No, sorry. Go ahead.
I know, I was just kind of like, I've already lost my train of thought. Looks like I need to keep on training.
Sorry about that. All right. On that note, let's move on to the voice because
The
I would love,
voice.
like, literally. I remember like the first day I met you, I was like, I want this dude's voice, man. Like, it's just so soothing, dude. Like, I don't know, bro. It's like I don't know what I could listen to it all day. I don't know why, bro. Like if I had your voice, I would talk to myself all day just so I could hear it, dude. Like holy shit. But
That's very flattering. Um,
My guy's busting a nut to your voice,
bro,
bro.
no, dog, you don't
Don't-
understand.
How does that feel as another man?
oh, it's nuts, dude. um, you know, I've always been told, you know, like, oh wow, your voice is super deep and all that, but you know, I don't know. When I listen to my voice, like just both when I'm talking and when I'm listening to it in recordings, like it doesn't sound that deep. I don't know. Not to me anyway. I don't know. Maybe just because I've been hearing it my whole life and I'm kind of tired of it, but I don't know. It's never really felt all that deep to me.
Hey, does your guys' voices sound different when you guys like hear it as like a recording than you and you're like? Because like
Hmm.
mine sounds so different to me. Like honestly, it sounds
Yeah, I do
like
think there's
crazy different.
definitely a disconnect when you have like recording, especially when you've got like a not so great microphone. So yeah, I think there's definitely a difference. But yeah, I think there is a difference.
No, that like messes with my head, dude. Because I'm like your guys' voices will sound exactly the same to me on a recording, and then mine will just sound
Right.
like a freaking
Yeah,
yeah.
it's like someone replaced you.
Yeah, does everybody hear me like this? Is this what I sound like? And then I'm like, dude, I
Yeah.
sound like a douche.
um,
God.
yeah, I think that the recording is actually how you do sound to others, but
Oh, that's awful, then, dude. Oh my God.
I don't know. It might not be as bad as you think.
Same.
Yeah, I do think that just like because you're so acclimated to the sound of your voice, I think your ears will just grow to hear it in a certain way. So it's gonna sound different compared to like a recording or something, like I believe. Like with the whole interaction of like your vocal cords and all that.
Yeah. Oh my God. All
Yeah.
right. I know that when we were talking in like in high school, you expressed your interest in like doing some voice acting and like like voicing over stuff. Like, can you explain like with your knowledge like how one would really like get into that, and then like the things that like people don't really see that you would actually need to be successful in that?
So I can't answer this super well because I am not really like all into the industry and all that, but I can say like what I've observed. So I guess
Give your
just
experience.
okay, yeah. I mean, to start, I think you need to have like if you're going professional, then you'd want to have like a demo reel that's professionally recorded, preferably with like some voiceover coaches, because you kind of want to know a demo reel has to sell you, right? So you want to have like the right kinds of examples of what your voice can do. Um, and I know there's lots of voice actors nowadays that do their work like from home. They like go to sites. There's a site that I use. It's called castingcall.club, where people post roles that they want a voiceover work for, and people send in their auditions digitally. Um, Now, as to like how to be successful, I can't really say for sure. In a way, getting successful in this kind of industry, I think, kind of comes down to luck a lot of the time. Getting your voice heard in the right place and getting picked up by the right people. Um, what was the rest of your question again? I'm sorry, I have a very bad short-term memory.
I don't even remember, bro. Like I asked the question and it goes in through one ear and out the other. So like, nah, just
Gotcha. Yeah.
So Andrew said what have you voice acted in or tried out?
Nothing major. Just like a few like comic dubs for free. Just I was just
That's
doing it for like the experience. So
yeah.
a couple of like web comic dubs, all that. Just to like get that experience of like submitting my voice work for something like that.
Hmm. Did you ever like narrate books?
Yeah. No, that's something I kind of feel like I want to try, but like I don't know where I would begin with that. Because everyone says like your voice sounds like a narrator voice, and I'm like, does it? Should I
Dude,
give that
because
a try to see?
when Andrew was just telling me about you, I was like, dude, I've had the experience too, where like I've someone's just talking and I hear them and like, dude, your voice is, whew, whew. Like I've had that experience,
Hmm.
and I told the person I was like, hey, you should read like narrate books or something. Like I would just if you were reading a book to me, I would just be
Your schedule would be booked.
yeah. That was my experience with the
I
thing
see.
meeting a person with a beautiful voice.
Yeah.
all right, and one more thing. So about like voice actors, right? Your voice has to be flexible. Like, and I know that you were really like talented with like in like terms of like accents and like manipulating your voice. What is your favorite? What is your go-to accent, Zachary?
Well, nowadays I tend to do this like Scottish accent. It's like I do not think it's like really authentic. I think that if an actual Scottish person heard me, they'd be like, "Oh, wow, you're really trying to intimidate us, aren't you?" But it's kind of more like Shrek than an actual Scottish person. You know what I mean? But I do
I guess
like
there
it.
it is.
It's it's very fun to do, so that's why I like to speak like that. Although, I haven't done it in a while, so it's probably a little weaker than it was in the past, but I guess that's kind of like my go-to, I'd
Zach,
say.
can you yell donkey?
Donkey! Shrek is indeed a cultural phenomenon.
Oh my god.
Dude, that was good.
Thank you.
When you said Shrek and I put in that con, I was like, oh, I was.
I guess if nothing else, I can make a fine career being a Shrek imposter.
Dude, amazing.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That's crazy. Okay, now that's your favorite accent. What is your least favorite?
See, I don't have a whole lot in my repertoire.
Come on, you need to have like 2 or 3 go-tos. What are some other go-tos?
I mean, I guess there's like a British accent, but that's sort of standard now.
Yeah,
I remember do you remember in high school we were learning about Russian accents, but for the life of me, I can't remember how that was supposed to go. I can't remember how that Russian accent was supposed to sound. I think I was all right when I was learning it, but now I've just kind of lost it. So kind of unfortunate. I guess if there's one that like I don't know, I feel like trying to do like I haven't really tried it, but just the thought of like trying to do Indian or like Asian language accent, it just kind of feels like it'd be kind of offensive. Like, I don't know.
I feel like most accents.
Well, that's
are
true though. That just
dude,
imitating an accent to begin with.
those are
could be
fun.
Yeah, it's kind of
I don't
weird,
know.
huh? How like if you imitate like an Indian accent or an Asian accent, it automatically means you're being offensive. But you can imitate like a British accent and no one like bats an eye. Isn't that kind of weird?
Kind of, yeah, but I guess kind of the way I'm thinking is like, with like a British or
like
with like a British or Scottish accent, like they're just English, they're just variations on
Yeah.
speaking English.
when you
But like, yeah, with a
uh,
Japanese or Russian an accent like that, it's it's because they learned a language first, and the way their voice was trained based off of that language affects how they speak English. Well, it's probably not a big deal. It's probably not, as long as you're not using that accent offensively. But it just sort of like the way I think about it.
because if you like, honestly, if you just use like an Asian accent, it's kind of like it's just broken English, and it's kind of like making fun of it a little bit.
Yeah, in a
Yeah.
way. It definitely depends on how you use it. So, that's just kind of
Unless
how
you're like super good at it, then it's like, whoo, it's over. It's not
Yeah.
offensive anymore. It's just honorific.
Mm.
That's the goal, man. You just gotta get over the hump. Over the hump of
Over that hump of just matching it perfectly.
until like, whew, now you're in the clear.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. Yeah.
All right. I think we're done with mostly the business part. Now we get into a little more of the fun part.
The business part.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, like those are the questions I like really wanted to ask, but like normally after we do those, we go into a little like more lighthearted type of stuff, or like random questions we have. So I was watching this video earlier today, and it was really interesting. Like, there's a question that said, if people just stopped sneezing, how long would it take for people to find out that they can't sneeze anymore?
Wow. People stop sneezing. How long would it take them to realize it?
It's like when you stop burping, you don't know you stopped. You just forget that you started burping.
Yeah, I don't really think that anyone would really notice, or like maybe they'd only notice if like they saw someone else sneeze. But if they didn't, then
you wouldn't notice, because it's like things like, I don't know, once something is like completely eliminated from your life that you don't need, like you just like forget about it, and then it's like, oh yeah, that guy was there. It's like an acquaintance you have, and it's like they leave your life, and they're like, oh, he left, and then when you only realize he left when you see him again.
You think the fact that allergies exist could affect that? Like, you can notice, oh, this spring I'm not sneezing, but I have allergies. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Like, you can notice it through that way.
Yeah, if you're used to a certain schedule of not sneezing, yeah. But personally, I don't know if I'd.
feel any pain in my knee anymore.
Yeah, but I don't nose myself because you use a nose to sneeze. Oh, funny joke.
Alright.
Yes.
Okay, here's one. If you guys had to build one defense in your house or around your house, what would you do?
What do you mean?
Like one type of just security measure.
Hmm.
Like I'll go first then. I would build a moat with alligators in it or sharks.
Classic, traditional.
And then I'll have like a drawbridge to get to my freaking kingdom.
The thing about that is like you'd have to feed those alligators and sharks and stuff. So, and especially the alligators, if they get hungry, what are they gonna do? Just a thought.
Okay, one like a Home Alone type defense, like a movie.
Oh, okay, I see what you're saying. Oh, I got it.
Not very creative.
In Despicable Me, when Gru tries to get into Vector's house to steal like the shrink beam that shrinks the moon, and like he just can't get into the house because there's so many defense measures. So he has to yoink the 3 little girls who are selling Girl Scout cookies to get into his house. I want that defense.
What, all of them?
Yeah, all of them.
One. You gotta build one.
What do you mean? That's one defense. The vector defense, bro. The vector defense.
Dude, it had like missiles and a moat, bro. You can't have everything. It had a moat and a missile.
Fine. What if I can I get like a defense bunker? Like I dig down.
Oh, just one thing, bro. You gotta
That's
purchase.
one thing. It's a bunker. Oh, you can't purchase a moat, bro.
Yeah, I can. I can purchase some guys to dig some holes and I'll fill it with water.
You have to buy the water. You have to buy the alligators. You have to buy everything.
I'm saying one
what are
like
you gonna do?
one general thing.
Oh, I want the Wakanda thing. The thing that protects Wakanda. That's what I want.
Oh yeah, like a shield.
Yeah, that's what I want.
I don't have any ideas myself.
Dope
but,
house.
I think I know one. I would just surround my house with pictures of my biceps. Oh, that'll scare away any intruder. That's right. Yeah. Oh, look at these guns. They run wild. Mm-hmm. I think that would be a fitting defense. Yeah.
This guy lives here. Uh-oh.
Weird flex, but okay.
Because you flex your muscles. Truth be told, my biceps are not what they used to be because at UC Davis, I actually used to regularly go to the gym. But since I came home, I just have no motivation to work out. So,
Bro, same. That's what we've all been.
I started working out this week actually, and it's been rough, dude.
I think I've said I'm gonna start working out like 8 times over quarantine, and I just like did it one day in a row and then stopped. But hey, I'm gonna say it one more time. I'm gonna start working out.
Yeah, say it on camera so the world knows.
I know. Yeah. Hold me accountable, boys.
Yeah. It just like at Davis, that was like the only time in my life where I feel like I was really, really regularly working out and like, not just like cheating on it. I guess it's just because my dorm was actually nearby the gym, so it was just within walking distance. And so like, at the end of the day, I could like go to the gym, like work out and then go back to my dorm. So
there are a lot of things to do in Davis, like.
Well, not like a whole lot of stuff to do. Yeah, kind of just like it's like restaurants in downtown, but other than that, not really. No, but I think there's like enough for what it is.
So, how often did you come home, like when you were dorming there?
Truth be told, when I first came, I got kind of homesick. It happens. So I think I came home more often than most people, honestly. Like I think during 1 month or something like that, I was coming home like every 2 weeks, So yeah, I guess maybe it was a little more than it should have been, but sometimes you just get that feeling where I just want to
For
go,
that home cooking.
especially the home cooking. Yeah, but yeah, sometimes when you're just really down, you just want to go home. So fortunately, it wasn't too far away, so it wasn't too bad. And I would actually take the Amtrak train sometimes, and being on a train is like super relaxing. I really like being on trains. It's just you see the world go by. You're like just reading
Dude, for
something
real,
on the
actually,
way.
like trains are dope.
Yeah, for sure. I really like that experience. Um, so I do hope that I can get that again sometime in the next 3 years.
Trust COVID's going away.
We shall see about that. And Zach, you have made yourself quite a reputation for being a punster, a jokester. So I have to ask you
when
this.
I was talking about trains, I was going off the rails there.
All right. So what I want to know, what is your favorite joke that you've heard?
Oh, dude, I can't choose one.
Just let them rip, bro. Let them rip.
Actually, when I'm like coming up with puns, they come to me right away. But when I'm thinking about jokes in the past that I really liked, it's harder to say. Oh, no. Here's one. Okay. So you have one girl, and she's saying, "This guy is so awful, he won't laugh at my fruit puns." And then her friend says, "He's awful. You should let that man go." Let that man go. I didn't come up with that, but I thought it's really. Oh, actually, I follow this guy on Twitter who posts all these puns, and I think they're really good.
You just save these in your head and then just deal them out when the time comes.
Perhaps, although I don't always like regurgitating other people's jokes. I kind of like. I mean, a lot of my puns are kind of the stock variety, but I kind of like coming up with them myself. You know what I mean?
I can respect that. So that's
Puns are always fun.
Integrity, right there.
Yeah, but once I'm on a roll, I'm really pun stoppable. Mm-hmm. That's right. Yeah, I'm trying to just pull up that Twitter because there's some really good ones. Let's see. Oh, this isn't really a pun, but I really like it. So I went to a psychic. I knocked on her front door. She yelled, "Who is it?" So I left.
Wait.
You don't get it, Andrew?
Oh, because she's a psychic. She would see it happening, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Dude, I'm slow, bro. My brain is fried, dude.
Okay, here's a really iconic one. How does NASA organize a party? They plan it. Yeah, it's kind of a standard one, but I like classics.
Hey, is Pluto a planet, Andrew?
No. Well, It was, but not anymore.
What like signifies a planet?
It has its own orbit, I believe.
Of the sun?
I think they found out that Pluto's orbit was like oblong or something like that. So that means like it was, I don't know, and like the mass or something, like the mass of Pluto was like too small, and it was getting like affected by like asteroids and all that stuff. So I think that's what it is.
I have to that was an inside joke that I'm not aware of.
What? No, I just watched a. No, I was actually asking if it was a planet.
Oh, okay. Because like I don't know, it's like your inflection is all like, is there something about Pluto and Andrew that I don't know about?
No, I just Andrew's my smart friend, so if I have a question, I just ask him.
Okay, I gotcha.
Yeah. Because he goes to Berkeley. If you haven't heard.
No, that's true. That's very impressive. I said it before. I'll say it again. It's very impressive, Andrew.
It's once you get there, it's not all that anymore.
I guess you could say it's barely what you expected because the mascot's a bear.
Oh, Zachary.
That's exactly right.
Exactly.
Exactly right.
I always like the name Zachary. I'm not gonna lie, dude.
Oh yeah, I'm kind of fond of it myself. It kind of feels, well, not like unique, but like I don't know. It's just
Yeah, like it's not
stuff
like
that,
super out there, but it's like it's pretty out. It's
yeah,
it's in the realm.
yeah. Only
Yeah.
downside is that since your name starts with a Z, you're always at the end of a lot of stuff. So unless it's by last name, but
Yeah, dude.
kind
Yeah.
I hate it when they. Sorry.
My name's Wang.
of.
No, like I remember in elementary school, like we would always line up by last name, and I would always be last, and I would be so mad, dude. I was like, just like, dude, like let me go first for once. And
My
then
last name's always behind all the new wins, so graduations are fun.
Yeah.
new wins.
I was
Yeah.
thinking name for my kids, and I was like, a Z names would be cool because I want to do like all the same like letters.
I see. Yeah.
They're all
Like
Z names.
Zephyr and Zane and huh. I wonder why those were the first two that came to my mind. Zephyr and Zane.
Is Zephyr
Zachary. Oh, no, that's an original one.
That's
what about
a
Zach?
concept
What
right
about
there.
Zach? Both an S.
Zach.
What?
Zach?
Zach?
Zach.
Zach? Wait,
No,
Zachary? Like
Zachary.
Zachary?
Wow, that's so
I don't
alien
know,
to me
man.
now. Oh wow.
Nah,
Zachary
S
with an
is not a cool letter to set the names with.
I don't know. With me thinking, I always wanted to name like my children with like a rhyme scheme, not like beginning with the same letter, right?
Rhyme scheme.
So like, if I had two boys, I'd name them Jace and Trace.
No, then you'd fuck up their names, dude. Like
No,
my
I
mom.
wouldn't.
My mom fucks up me and my brother's name, and we're both hella different. His name's James, JT. I'm Jake. And she still fucks that up.
It does happen, yeah. Like sometimes like my mom will call out my brother's name accidentally. Yeah. So yeah, I could definitely see that being an issue.
Okay, so like one of my people, this family I know, they have like 6 boys, and their names are Jaden, Caden, Aiden, Landon, and then like David or something. I know the 5th one does not rhyme. And I was just like, oh, that's pretty cool. Jaden, Caden, maybe one of them's name is Braden. I don't know. I haven't seen him in a while.
That's weird.
Interesting.
What's the weirdest name? Like, okay, no, that can kind of be kind of mean if we know that person.
I'll tell you the weirdest name. My mom told me about this person. I think I've told you, Andrew. His name is Nilknarf.
Nilknarf.
What?
Nilknarf. How do you spell
It's
that?
like ethnic? Is it ethnic?
No. He's like a white dude, and like what was the reason? Okay, so the dad. Wait, no, I need to spell this out.
Yeah, I'm kind of curious as to how that would be spelled. Is it be like N-O-O?
Oh yeah, I know why. Okay, so it was Nilknarf, right? And the person was telling mom that his kid's getting bullied at school, and then she's like, oh, why? He's having trouble at school, and the mom was like, oh, why? And she's like, I don't know why. And then my mom was like, oh, what's his name? He said, oh, it's Nilknarf. And then mom started like laughing because she didn't think it was serious. And she's like, maybe that's why he's getting bullied. His name is Nilknarf. And then we asked him why his name's Nilknarf. And the dad's name is Franklin. And Franklin backwards is
oh my god.
His name backwards.
You're a bully, Zachary. You're a bully for laughing.
Franklin backwards is Nilknarf.
Wow.
And mom was like, okay. Like, maybe that's why he's getting free. Yeah. And then also, yeah.
Not
I don't know.
we change our names.
Like, I don't know if I'd name my child Uracas, but like.
No, and like, dude, like Nilknar is like you can't even make like a cute name from that, like like.
Yeah, I mean, maybe like Nookie.
Nookie.
I don't know.
Narf.
Like, if you don't like Zachary, we can call you Zach or something. Like, if you don't like your name, you can call like Jackson. You can call him Jack, but you name him Milk Narf, bro.
No,
Hey,
oh,
Milk
you know what really confuses me? It's like the people who have totally normal names, right? It's like, oh, what's your name? It's like, oh, my real name is Brian, but you can call me Cody. Like, huh? Like, where did those two, like, you know what I'm
I
saying?
guess I
Like,
just really didn't like the name Brian. I mean,
yeah, I have no idea, dude.
My brother's name is James, and he doesn't like James, so we've always called him JT.
JT.
Is his middle
Yeah,
name?
I guess
His
that's-
middle name's T, right?
His middle name has a starts with a T, yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it kind of happens because names are given, not chosen by the actual person. So
Yeah, I'm telling you, bro. In 20 years, dude, the world's gonna get so whacked out. They'll be like, "Oh, let the kids name themselves. We're so cool. We're so
The
creative."
first word. The first word is their name. Last question. Which came first,
Alright.
the chicken or the egg?
well, you see, if the chicken came first, then that means that it laid the egg. But if the egg came first, that means that the chicken. Where did the egg come from? Yeah. And so the chicken is the only one that makes sense because the chicken can make the egg, but the egg can't just come out of thin air.
But where'd the chicken come from?
God put that chicken and said,
Well, there you
that
go.
on Earth.
Here's my theory. My theory is the egg came first. Now here's why. There are things called birth mutations. So there could have been another bird, for all we know, like one of those pterodactyl thingies, right? And they could have laid an egg. But it could have gotten fertilized by a bird, or there were some genetic mutations inside the egg that made it develop into a chicken.
You know,
And then, right? And then you slowly start going down that line of evolution, like egg, chicken, and now that's how they became what they are now.
You know, actually, you make a good point. That makes sense because, like, yeah, a chicken is probably a result of some, years of evolution. It's not like just all of a sudden there was a chicken, most likely.
Dude, imagine getting born in an egg. It's crazy.
Crazy. Well, I guess in a way we kind of are born in eggs. It's just that our eggs are inside our mother's bellies.
Yeah.
Oh, the biology lessons.
Right.
I'm not good at biology.
Dude, birth is weird, man.
Birth, yeah. It is a weird
It's
concept.
very messy and
More
it's
humans,
kind of
bro. That's crazy. And it comes out of our vaginas, bro.
all right.
Oh.
I mean, that's true, but you didn't have to say it.
Oh my god. Yesterday, bro, my mind got blown, right? Because you know how this thing's called your weenus?
Yeah.
Yeah, we spent me and the boys, we spent 20 minutes trying to figure out what this thing was called.
Your knees.
No. Zachary, do you have a guess?
The kneecap.
No, the skin on your kneecap.
Oh, the
Your
skin on the
knees
kneecap. No, I have no idea.
All right, so this is called the weenus, right? And then I was like, okay, so this could be called the kneenus, right? Or like, well, yeah, what Jake said.
Mhm.
But I searched it up, bro, and it's called the vagina.
Really?
I found it on Reddit, bro. I'm not capping, bro.
That's what it's actually called.
If this is the weenus, then it makes sense for the other one to be the vagina.
Did official people really look at this and decide?
Bro, I don't know, but it makes sense, doesn't it? If this is called the weenus,
I haven't heard that called the weenus since middle school, dude.
Wow. Okay. I mean, you learn something new every day, I guess.
no, okay, I don't know if it's right or not, but it makes sense to me, so I'm just gonna roll with it.
I mean, I guess if it was on Reddit, then maybe it was just a joke. But
Jake, you're muted.
Yeah, I know. I had to yell at mom real quick.
yeah,
All right, I think that's a good way to leave off of this episode.
The
yeah, with a bit of knowledge for the world.
Yes.
Zachary, you
All
have
right.
one last pun to send us off.
Well, I guess I could, but I've got to zoom out of here.
All right. Thank you so much, Zachary, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
And if you have any suggestions of what you want us to talk about, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff. Hit that little bell. I don't know. That's what YouTubers do. And yeah, we'll catch you guys next time. See you.
All right. Goodbye.